Hey guys, this is Shawn Ray. You're watching Shawn Ray TV. For Shawn Ray TV, I'm here at Gold's Gym in Venice with the NPC president, Mr. Jim Manion. We are wrapping up the year that was in 2018, and of course things got started off in March. As a matter of fact, we talked about that. William Bonnet came on and won the Arnold Classic Championships, but the biggest story of 2018 was the victory of Shawn Rhoden defeating the 7-time Mr. Olympia, Phil Heath, which made a lot of ripples in the industry, Jim. A lot of people thought that Phil was going to go on and tie Lee Haney and, of course, Ronnie Coleman for the record-tying number 8, and out of nowhere, here comes Flexitron Shawn Rhoden.
Absolutely. I think everybody, including the judges. I mean, I felt that. I'm sure you felt the same way. But I think the right person won. Phil was off, and Shawn was on. So it was that simple. It was nothing, no conspiracy, no, we didn't want Phil to win because it was 8 times and tying Lee Haney or doing whatever. That doesn't enter our minds. Yeah, and it was kind of like a battle that really did not materialize. I thought when Shawn Flexitron Rhoden hit the stage, he seemed to be on point and on his A game from Friday all the way through, whereas Phil seemed to be playing catch up and never did quite catch up. And of course, when Bob Chick at the mic said, "Is there anybody disagreeing?" Shawn Rhoden pretty much got a standing ovation. So that was a big story, which kind of sets the tone moving into 2019 as we wrap this season up. But before we get there, a lot of people have been talking about maybe the possible return of Kai Green to try to mix things up. Do you think that's possible in 2019? With Kai, anything's possible. You never know with Kai. Kai could one day say it's in or the next day isn't. But it would be great if he would come back. It would make more excitement. I don't know what Phil's plans are. I don't know if he's going to be ready after his surgery. We all know he had surgery. Yeah. So he could come back in 19, could come back in 20. But anytime you put Kai into the mix, you know you're going to have some excitement. He's going to hit someone with his ponytail. Who knows what he's going to do.
But without question, it's making things very interesting going into 2019. And of course, we cannot forget or dismiss what Roly Winkler accomplished by winning the Australian Arnold Classic and of course becoming the fan favorite at this year's Mr. Olympia. 2019 is shaping up to be a pretty good season.
Oh yeah, Roly is he's coming on, man. I mean, this guy really changed his physique. This is the guy that we constantly would mark down, constantly talked about in meetings about the stomach. Yeah. This guy has changed his physique drastically, and if he gets some more back, a little more thigh, up in thigh separation, he's going to be someone to contend with.
Yeah, and it certainly did make it interesting because a lot of those guys have already beaten Shawn Rhoden, so that door is going to be wide open going into 2019. Of course, it's a heavy cross to carry when you're the reigning, defending Mr. Olympia. We're going to find out whether or not Shawn Rhoden can do that. But if we turn back the hands of time, only a year ago, the NPC started to really kind of blow up and go global, and it seems like right now, Jim, NPC is like literally going into every country. I've been traveling the world, of course, China and Japan, Korea, Brazil, Ireland. The NPC is blowing up like no other business. And tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, I split from the IFBB amateur in September, like 3-4 days before the Olympia last year. Excuse me. Yeah, last year. Yeah. We're still in 2017. And decided to go our own way. We decided to expand and start doing our brand internationally, the amateur world. Of course, as you know, the IFBB Professional League has already done international shows. Right. We start tying these amateur shows in with the professional shows, and now they just become on their own. It's amazing. We've got pro qualifiers all over the world, as you said, and growing faster and faster. As I said, we're going to Chile. We have a show in Nepal, believe it or not. Yeah. We have one in February in Nepal. As you know, you're doing one in India.
Got one in India, but wait a minute, slow down. India, March the 16th, the Shawn Ray Classic is coming there. It's going to be a regional show. And what's great about this is it's giving people that never had an opportunity to take the stage and find their way, potentially, to the Mr. Olympia, because, of course, the only way to the Olympia is through the IFBB Pro League. But, Jim, what does it say numerically and mathematically? The NPC is just blown up. Is it because these other federations that are out there just aren't offering the quality of awards and also the quality of competitors? What's really going on with the growth and the boom of the NPC?
I think that the growth of the NPC is we set such a high standard here in the States in the way we run our events, in the way we treat the athletes. And we let a lot of athletes turn pro, right? Which wasn't happening in the other organization. And I think that a lot of athletes and a lot of federations and countries were getting tired of never getting pro cards for their athletes.
Being suppressed, exactly.
So, as I said, you know, before, we're not perfect, we still are the best organization out there, and I think everybody wants to be a part of it now. Yeah. I mean, we don't go out searching for these people. They find out. They're calling up to the front. They're calling Rob Shank. They're calling my office. They all want to be a part. They want to be a part of this growth. And they want their athletes to be a part of something they know is going to take them to the IFBB Professional League, which eventually is going to lead into the Arnold Classic in Columbus, the Mr. Olympia. So they all want to be a part of it.
Right, I think it's all about opportunity, and what the NPC and the IFBB Pro League has done is given the athletes opportunity. These cards aren't being handed out. I've been at these shows, they're actually being earned because the numbers are really big, so you got to beat a lot of people to wind up getting that elusive IFBB Pro League card. But a lot of great things happening. Jim, where can people go to find out more information for 2019 regarding the NPC?
We're going to have our list on NPC News Online. And IFBB Professional League will list all the pro qualifiers and regional shows. We're doing a lot of regional events now.
Yeah.
As you're doing one in India, we're doing these regional events because we want to build up like we do with the NPC here, where we do regional events and then we do pro shows here, or pro qualifier shows here. We're doing the same thing internationally. And I think that it's just going to get bigger and bigger because the athletes are finally getting a chance to compete with the American athletes. All these years we heard about great champions from overseas. A lot of them couldn't get pro cards to get here. And some of the guys in America better start working hard because there's a lot of good guys. Like you just saw a guy in, I think it was in China.
Over China, yeah, monster.
Milo traded a guy. Now a guy just won it in the Philippines. It was very good. There's a guy here in Gold Gym just won his men's physique show. He won the men's physique show. Amateur-wise, got into the pro event, placed third right away. He's great.
It's bananas because you could be an amateur one night and a pro the next night. And speaking of that, Jim, what changes can we expect on the calendar year for 2019? Let's start off with the men's professional bodybuilding. Are there any changes coming up for those guys?
Not really. We're kind of do business as usual. We've kind of set the standard of what we're looking for. We practice and talk, a long time about punishing people for their stomachs. We've been doing that. We've kind of been doing it gradually, and to where we're at the point now, everybody knows that it's when your stomach's sticking out, you're gonna get marked on.
And rightfully so. In the men's classic physique, because now we're going on our 4th year with that. We saw Dan Hester win the very first one. Of course, Breon Ansley's won it the last 2 years. Going into 2019, what about the classic physique?
Classic physique, what we are doing is we're changing the trunks. As you know, the trunks now are almost like a boxer or spandex strike trunk. We're doing
mid-thigh.
Mid-thigh. We're going back to the trunks where they're going to be like 4 inches wide, like Arnold used to wear. Exactly. Something like that.
Thigh.
So it's going to show more thigh for the guys, and it still distinguishes between the bodybuilding and the classic physique. When I started it out, I didn't want people to get confused, but then I saw that it should be better because the guys get to show more of their legs that way.
Right.
So anything that's going to make them look better is going to be better for the division.
And as far as the women's bikini and the women's physique, it seems business as usual. Both of those are flourishing in the industry right now. Any changes for those ladies?
Nah, not really. Classic physique is our newest division, and it's growing so great.
Just like the men's physique. I mean, the men's physique, you've got champions coming from all over the place popping up.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the guys in the Olympian stages better start worrying about these guys that are coming from overseas. There's a lot of good athletes in the classic physique, the men's physique. I mean, it's just phenomenal.
Absolutely. Well, 2018 saw a whole lot of growth in the NPC as well as the IFBB Pro League. It is now global. I'm sure there's going to be some more news on the horizon. We're going to get things kicked off in Columbus, Ohio, February 28th to March 2nd. For Jim Manion, I'm Shawn Ray, Shawn Ray TV.